evening, and welcome to the Society, our weekly Vaesen RPG campaign. My name is Loki, and I will be your game master for these dark and thrilling tales. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to this, the second episode of Chapter 7, and I hope that we delight, fright, and intrigue you with mystery and adventure. So, without further ado, let's meet our cast. Ta-da! They're over here. Ta-da!
He back with these fine people.
Alright. I can't remember who's who. Who is who? Oh, I've just pressed the... Oh, I think it's you first, Quentin.
Well, I can't change my name now. I am Quentin Ludensberg, and I play Matt.
Paradox.
I'm Charlie. I play Lily Holstein Romanoff, the socialite.
Hi, I am Sarah, and I play Elster Jensen, the forest ranger.
Hi, I'm Joey. I'm playing James Jackdaw, the mentalist.
We have a number of people that we would like to thank for all the resources and contributions they have provided to tonight's episode. The link should appear in the Twitch chat or in the details below if you are catching up on our YouTube.
Our virtual tabletop tonight is the incredible Roll20, featuring their dynamic lighting feature, inbuilt character sheets, and virtual dice roller. Go check them out at roll20.net. In addition, our battle maps were created using Dungeon Fog and all the amazing assets there.
Our character art was created by the extremely talented Shusha, who you should check out on Instagram at Shusha UK. That's ZSUZSAUK. Our game tokens and dice roller tokens come from the Vaesen RPG rulebook by Free League and from the artist Johan Egerkrans.
The music and ambient sounds throughout the stream come from Tabletop Audio at Kevin MacLeod at Income Tech, all provided by the Roll20 Jukebox. You can check both of these amazing artists out via their websites at tabletopaudio.com and incometech.com.
We smashed that! We absolutely smashed it. That was the Society, everyone. It's been great to have you. We're going to call it quits while we're ahead.
Bye!
See ya!
Let's head on over to that intro.
It's
I
your
really love how I ask all of you if you're ready just before I hit the switch us all back on, and you always say no to me, and I just do it anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any different from you, to be honest.
Just bring us all back. I don't. Yeah. What can I say? DM's prerogative, right
Kicking
there.
and screaming.
Kicking and screaming. Alrighty then. Let's do a quick recap on last week's.
2 weeks.
Not last week's episode, the week before. Okay. Our brave souls who were in the hall under the mountain received a letter from another one of the society's members, a Quentin Ludensberg. He has received an urgent request for assistance from the... My brain has just stopped all of a sudden. He has received an urgent request from assistance from the University of Harderwijk. Yes, I can see nodding! I can see nodding! It means that it wasn't atrocious, the pronunciation. There, it seems, strange occurrences hang heavy over the town. Disappearances, in fact. Many of them. Up until now, the authorities have just credited these disappearances to people upping sticks and leaving the town. For there is good reason to leave the town. What once was a thriving fishing and shipping port now is metamorphosizing as the Almira Polder is being built out in the Zuiderzee. It is a huge artificial island being built right in the middle of the Netherlands to drastically increase the size of their habitable land. And it will change Harderwijk's future forever. And so people disappearing, well, is to be expected. But when a professor and lecturer at the university is found drowned and locked inside one of the study rooms, the mystery takes a dark turn, and the authorities reach out for the only person they know who may be able to solve the mystery of someone drowned in a room with no water, locked in from the inside.
And when they were busy, they contacted Quentin.
You heard it here first, kids. Quentin was the second choice.
That damn guy. Every case.
Oh dear. And so, with a request for assistance and a rather spooky case, Quentin reaches out to the society. And who answers but our femme fatales, Elstrid and Lily. They arrive first, before Quentin Ludensberg, and make themselves comfortable in the university. And it is there they meet the rather strange James Jackdaw, a friend of the deceased, and currently lecturing at the university, and maybe on the quiet, investigating the disappearances. We left our brave souls, Lily and Elstrid, in Elstrid's room in the university after Lily finds a hex ball under her bed. And when telling Elstrid, Elstrid also finds one. Our femme fatales are both looking in the direction of James Jackdaw's room with a little suspicion in their eyes.
Leo?
A little! Of course, sassy.
Middle name?
That's my middle name.
Oh dear.
Oh, my mouse is a T-Rex. There it is.
Alright.
Such strange expressions, these lecturing folk.
Just change that so it's there. Look at that. Alright. Take it away, femme fatales.
Elstrid, there is something under your bed.
Mm,
Same as mine.
it's so weird. It's like also it's very hard to understand if it's just put here just before we arrived, or if specific for us or not. That is the question.
I much prefer it when they put chocolate on the pillows.
Or mint. Some people prefer mints and deserve mints.
Either or that. I mean, but
Yeah.
Hex balls.
They may be a cause of everything that's happening here. Obviously, somebody's responsible, but that's not a good start.
Interesting to know who's behind this.
Yes. Is there anything we can tell from how this specific hex has been made? Like if it's specific materials or something?
It isn't... There's nothing about them that would make you think that they have been specifically made for you two. So it's not like, it's not like there's any of your personal, belongings or anything that belongs to you, inside them.
It's not a voodoo doll with the hair and stuff.
It's not a voodoo doll with no one has surreptitiously stolen any of Skadi's hair and braided it into the hex ball.
They touch my dog. It's not my fault.
I mean, I think we need to move them before we attempt to go to bed or anything like that.
Can we move them though? Is it, usually this kind of stuff doesn't like being handled. I thought we said that the only way of lifting the problem is to gift it. And I'm not too partial in gifting this.
If I remember reading in my book, that as long as it's not under the bed, then it should not be
Poisoning,
yes,
staining.
but I can't quite remember. And I'm going to start rummaging through Elstrid's stuff to find something to poke it with.
I pointed to
I
a-
love the thought
Yeah.
that Elstrid turns around and all of a sudden Lily's got hold of Elstrid's rifle and is using it to try and like prod the hex ball onto them.
Do you have, experience with firearms?
Yes. And I just go to my little holster. Sort of like, yes, it's fine.
Rifles are different than handguns, but okay, at least I know you won't shoot yourself by mistake.
You're not carrying it around loaded, are you?
I mean, sometimes one shot in the chamber is kind of like all the time you need. It's not loaded. It's not loaded.
And I'm going to poke it out from underneath the bed with said rifle.
I mean, nothing terrible happens when you nudge it out from under the bed.
Good.
Okay.
Just explode on me or something. Great, that's good to know.
Meanwhile, on the other end, you see James flying through his room.
We flick into the other room while James's head spins all the way around.
I'll be back. I'm just going to borrow this. And I'm just going to wander down the hallway. That thing.
That
Got
thing.
carpet, yeah. Jeez, it's
Okay.
been a long day.
I'm just gonna be like here on the threshold just to keep an eye and see if there's, movements.
Even though James has got his door still wide open, I pay him no heed. Shut the door. Just wander past you with a rifle, don't mind me.
I'm deep with my head in my book, so
That's
didn't
fine.
even notice
For
him.
100% you would notice Lily walking along with this full-size hunting rifle.
Nope.
And I poke mine out from underneath the bed.
Okay.
And it's just sort of like, I'm going to try and back mine underneath this chest of drawers. So it's sort of out of sight, but not underneath the bed. I feel like I'm playing hockey with it now in the
Oh,
the note. That should be sufficient. And then I am going to wander back with Elstrid's rifle.
yeah, I am gonna. The moment you're close enough, I'm gonna take it from your hands. Okay.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to go and sort myself out in preparation for tea.
Yeah. How long did we say it's gonna be? Like at least an hour or something.
Yes, about that.
Yeah.
See you shortly.
See you shortly. And I kind of close the door. But now that she put that thought in my hand, like I'm gonna kind of look around to see if there's anything else that looks out of the ordinary. Maybe not another hex token, but I want to see if there's anything that looks like out of the ordinary.
You can give me that investigation check.
Oh, last time it went so well. Do I need to know anything from chat? Chat? Nothing?
We don't have anything at the moment.
Yeah, I'm rolling straight away then.
You hear
Cool.
Quentin's voice. Just look really well. It's like he's helping you.
I mean, you may have given me some pointers, because obviously I'm more of an investigation in nature kind of gal than indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So?
Okay. You search around the room, and you are relieved to discover that there is nothing else untoward or out of place,
Okay.
save the hex ball that you found.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go towards Cadian and just like, she's a good girl. She knows not to touch weird tokens, but like, don't stay away. I'm gonna put the thing, kind of learning from Lily and just using my rifle, like brooming it off.
Okie dokie. You spend some time getting yourselves ready and, just recovering and relaxing after your long journey. You discover that none of the university rooms are seemingly en suite. There is a shared bathroom. There are a number of them. So there's a shared bathroom for every 2 rooms.
Poor quality.
It's not as fancy as you're used to. But you are pleased to discover that someone has politely put up a sign on one of the bathrooms reserving it for guests. So at least you are only sharing with one another and not the student populace.
It's only just one step up.
And after about an hour, it's time.
Yeah.
I will say that I have changed out of my elegant travelling assortment into what I'd class more as my casual evening wear, which is naturally a highly sequined, spangly dress.
Oh, I love it. So every time you move, it rustles slightly.
Absolutely, and
Oh,
it's just,
I'm all for it.
and as candlelight hits it, you get that wonderful sort of sparkle of dappling light. But this is my casual, understated, as far as Lily goes, anyway. For going to dine.
Does Elstrad come out basically exactly the same?
I think she may have changed shirts, maybe.
Yes! Like, maybe changed shirt, who knows?
I mean, like, she has, like, one piece of luggage, while Lily possibly has double digits.
That's me travelling light as well, by the way.
Of course you are.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we're going towards... dinner time, so towards... the canteen? I don't know.
You, I do believe the agreement is that after the hour that you will meet up with James, who's going to give you...
Like, the tour.
A tour of the university.
Yep. But James is so occupied in his book that he totally forgets about time.
I don't get it. We are on time? I looked as if I'm wearing a watch. I'm not sure I have wearing a watch. But
I fully imagine that Lily would wear like one of those really dainty, like mother of pearl, few diamonds.
Yeah. It's like, we're on time. And he just sits there.
I turn to Scadi and I'm like, signal? And she just barks really loud.
Which absolutely grabs my attention. And my raven flies back onto my shoulder because of the noise. And I see you two standing there, and I just raise an eyebrow. Why are you standing there? And then I check my pocket watch and see what time it is and be like, oh, crap! And run over.
Profession. I've got
Professional.
Professor. It is time, yeah.
Yes.
And I did the intro so well, it's just gone terribly wrong.
That was it. That done. I
But
did
Lily would
say
play
we
it
should
off
have
as in that's the way you say it. Like,
Professional.
Oh dear.
all
Good
the
one for
rage
life.
nowadays to say it this way.
Mm-hmm. Finally, someone who pronounces correctly.
Oh dear. Professor Jackdaw, I believe you're supposed to give us a tour of this most historical establishment.
That is correct. So if you don't mind, I forgot the time, but just follow me. And I will make my way. Probably this way?
Yeah, this is where we play this wild game, dear viewers, where I relay information to a player, and the player pretends they knew all of that all along. Okay, so you are in the northeast corner of the university. There are 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, and there are 2 flights of stairs. These lead up to the 2nd floor, where there are additional bedrooms and some common rooms. And that is all that you will find on the 2nd floor is the dormitories for the students. So guests get the 1st floor, students get the 2nd floor.
Okay.
At the end of this corridor, you will find one of the dining halls. And then opposite is the southeast corner of the university, which again is 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms.
Was it any of those that you've mentioned that the other professor drowned in?
No, it is not.
So, the stairs where I'm currently at... No, wait. This one. It's probably going upstairs to the 2nd floor.
Yes, that's where those go. Yeah. The stairs to go downstairs are back in the very central hall on the 1st floor. They are the stairs around the outside, and then in the center there's a spiral staircase because there is a tower to the university. The spiral staircase will lead you all the way to the top of the tower where the astronomy classroom sits.
Okay. So I guess we'll go to the 2nd floor first to let them see the dorms.
Okay.
Okay, one moment please while I grabbeth you and plonketh thee. Oh, that. Come on. Grab. Plonk.
Uh-huh.
I'm blind.
Woo!
Need a technical difficulties screen with the old-timey music.
Something.
So this is one of the common rooms, and then if you look to the north, you'll see there is a long corridor. Those are bedrooms, and then if you look to the south, there is an identical long corridor. They are also bedrooms.
Wow.
As I will tell Lily and Elstrad.
There are, however, some rooms of note on the second floor. This room here, has a golden. Well, it's a plaque. It's a brass plaque, but it looks gold, but it's brass. It has a golden plaque on the door to commemorate that this room was once inhabited by the famous scholar Carl Linnaeus.
Spelling, please.
Spelling? C-A-R-L.
Yep.
And then Linnaeus is L-I-N-N-E-A-S.
Does this name ring a bell?
Yes, it does. Very much so.
I'm like, this. I know this name.
Mm-hmm. He's listed
Yeah.
in several of the Society almanacs.
I really do.
And he has a whole shelf devoted to his journals, and there are a great many number of books in the Hall Under the Mountain written by him.
Yep.
Do I know of him? Because of the university?
He is a very famous, very
Because of Professor.
very famous. Apparently, I also can't talk. Quick correction with the spelling, because I just sort of spelt it badly at you. It's
Okay.
L-I-N-N
Yep.
A-E-U-S.
Okay.
He is a Swedish kind of everything. Botanist, zoologist, physician, and taxonomist. He is famous because one of his greatest pieces of work is the binomial nomenclature, which is, when you get a Latin name for a plant or an animal or really anything, and it's two words.
Yep.
And the first word is often an initial and a dot, and then the second word. Like Homo sapiens is a really good. His seminal work, what he is very famous for, is he kind of formalized that and made it the standard way that people named things. That's what you would know him for, James. Like all his work, but Elstrad and Lily would both recognize for his extensive work on the other world.
So I will point out the plaque and tell them what I know of Carl Linnaeus.
Mm-mm. Hmm.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
But I do get the feeling that you know more about him than I do.
Just the studies I've done in the past, back when I was still had a tutor.
Oh,
Do I
carry on.
believe her?
You're making me roll for it, aren't you?
He's not making you roll.
Yeah, I am gonna make you roll for it. Yeah, 100%. Roll 20. Fine. It lives there now. I am gonna make you both roll for it. Can I get a? Oh, let me think. It will be a manipulation from both of you. It's a contested manipulation, I think.
Okay.
Won't it be observation for me? Because I am observing her behavior.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll give you observation.
Thank you.
Both of you have a help.
Yay!
Ooh. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Well, I clicked too early.
Whoa!
I am lying.
Holy
But
Dickens!
clue. I am
Just stunting on him.
racist. I mean, you realize possibly the only thing is like I mentioned the tutor, and that's not something you would have expected of her because she is a forest ranger and she looks the part. But that's the only thing you get from her.
Yeah,
Fair point.
it's fun. Oh, don't know why that's come. Look, I'm just sliding these back in. Yeah, like I would be. Yeah, you are 100%. You do buy into the you do buy into that Elstrid's story that she recognizes the name from her old tutoring days.
I guess that's also like very distracting, the fact that she mentioned a tutor, because again, she doesn't look like somebody who should.
Yeah.
Let me see what manipulation gets. Okay, no, I can impose a mental condition on my opponent. That sounds bad, so let's not do that.
Leave that one this time.
Yeah.
Never
Can I
trusts
keep
again.
them? Can I keep them?
No, you can't. That's it. Out the window.
Okay. I guess there's like more like known fellows that pass by this university than I even realized.
Apparently. Shall we continue on?
Please.
Follow the carpet.
I was just about to. But it's putting me up and down because of the squares on screen.
Oh, one moment, please. Oh, for goodness. Breathe. Everything's fine. Et voila.
Also, just to alert, like the rest of the cast, my internet problems with Roll20 have not been fixed since last week. So I am doing my best.
We'll just assume you're keeping pace,
Yeah.
Thank you.
not just purposely lagging behind.
Run, Lily, run.
Quick! I'm assuming they were windows.
Yes, they are. They're all stained glass windows, so you can't see out of them. They all depict they all depict they're a little they're a little interesting to look at.
Mm-hmm.
They look biblical. Everything about them looks biblical. Only when you look a little closer, you realise that it's not stained glass windows of saints with halos. It's stained glass windows of people making discoveries, of learning new things and finding the truth. And the thing that looks a bit like a halo is however the artist has represented like the eureka moment.
Excellent.
And
I'm assuming
this
that
room
says
on the corner says
Dean?
the Dean.
Yeah. That's why I stood still over here to point it out to.
I've made it like the
Lillian up there.
worst. I don't
Horrendous
actually.
colour.
There's
No, yellow, orange was good.
There's no good colour on that crazy ass carpet. Carpet? Carpet?
Carpet, where you coming from?
Carpet?
Sarah, you have to. Probably Mikey has something for you
Oh.
in the chat.
Oh.
All right, so I'll stop here and point out that this is the dean's office or the dean's room. And
Well,
then
it's good to know where he is.
exactly. And then I go north.
Yeah, so this is the west wing, and it's identical to the east wing. So there's a long corridor with bedrooms to the north, and a long corridor of bedrooms to the south. And that's the whole second floor.
And there you have it. That's the second floor.
Are you completely full with students at the moment, or
Oh no, not since the dog workers started building over here. The whole place has turned grey, barren, lonely.
considering the education you give, I would have thought they'd have come to take the advantage.
You would think so.
Now you've got a choice. You can either go down the stairs. There's 4 sets of them. They all just go down to the first floor. Or alternatively, you can return to the center of the building, which is through this door here. And that will take you to where the spiral staircase is that will lead up to the observatory or the astronomy class room. Doubles as both. Obs.
Yeah, I will take them to the tower first.
Do we see any movement around here? Like, is there anybody?
No.
Excuse me, the door seems to be locked.
No.
There you go.
Et voila.
I couldn't open it for some reason.
So you're being.
So I had to reach in my pocket, grab the key, and then jingle it, find the right one.
The spiral staircase in the center of this room consumes the entire room. It leads both up and down.
Where we go up. Follow me upstairs, if you please.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I take one step further, I will fall back down.
honestly, some people... You do know that your character could succumb to some terrible fate, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Just warning you.
It's always possible.
You have been warned.
Strike one.
Strike one! Okay, so as you come to the top of the spiral staircase, above you, suspended from the ceiling, is a great big mechanical clockwork orrery. It is a great number of brass rings on which are planets, moons, constellations, and it is merrily clicking away, clicking and clunking, as you can hear the clockwork slowly revolving the moons and the planets in what you assume is real time around the room. That is in the ceiling and it fills the entire roof of the tower. The rest of the room is encompassed by two large telescopes that look in opposing directions, and lots of chairs and desks, making it a working space, teaching space, all the things.
So yeah, welcome in the tower. If you'd like, you may take a look into one of the telescopes.
Thank you. And yeah, I'll have a nosy and see what it is currently pointing at.
You don't really see much at all because it's still light outside. But you, judging from the size of the telescopes in the room, the views from them must be stunning at night, particularly if it is a very crystal clear evening.
I would definitely like to come back in the night at some point over our stay to really appreciate the magnificence of these
I shall make it happen.
James, you would know that... oh my gosh. Every now and then, you think you're being clever when you use Fantasy Name Generator to create names for you. And then it comes to being live on Twitch and you realise you have to try and say some of these names out loud. And then you realise all that being clever was not the greatest decision. I'm going to do my best. I apologise. Okay.
You got this.
Madeleine van der Schur is the professor of astronomy.
Schur?
Schur.
Cool. Madeleine van der Schur.
Yep.
Bro.
I'm going to go with my pronunciation was exceptional because it sounded exactly the same as Jerry.
I mean, you don't know what the spelling for him was.
I mean, I probably wrote it down correctly, so it was good enough.
Madeleine van der Schur.
Mm-hmm.
She is the professor of astronomy at the university and is... she is... If you imagine yourself a Gothic librarian, that is Professor Schur. Or Professor van der Schur, as probably is correct to call her. She is tall, thin. She has never seen the sunlight.
Except via...
She has never seen the light of our star, only the light of other stars. The only time the sunlight has ever touched her, it's bounced off of the moon. She wears all black because...
Why not?
Why would you bother wearing colours when, you know, it's dark? And she is... you would describe her as a little odd. She is one of those people who is so brilliant that they seem to not be able to function around other people.
High IQ, low EQ.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. She is, however, she's a genius. She publishes a lot, and she's an exceptional teacher. Mostly because she's so passionate about what she teaches. And most of her students can vaguely keep up with her.
Nice. Do I notice anything odd about the orrery? Is that how you say it, orrery?
It's a funny word, isn't it? Orrery. 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 There you go, everybody.
Another one.
Welcome
Like
to tonight's episode of Random Word of the Week.
And how to pronounce it correctly or not, as the case may be.
Or not, as the case may be.
The carpet and, you know.
Carpet.
Carpet.
Yeah. Is there anything unusual about it? Does she have a different view of how our celestial body works compared to everybody else?
That is a really good question. The answer to that is no and yes. For an instrument that is so cleverly designed to provide scientific fact, it ain't half covered in a lot of occult symbols. And you would kind of recognize them from the occult library. Like all the astrology symbols are up there as well. So, to the trained eye, this orrery not only would tell you the position of the planets, but it's also telling you where those planets are within the 12 houses. And you can use this as much for astrology as you can for astronomy.
And I don't notice anything like, as the fable saying, when all the planets align or anything like that. We're not coming into one of those.
No,
places, are we?
no. Although I regret having not written that in of being a planetary alignment.
Yet.
Terribly sorry.
Next time.
Yet.
Don't give him ideas.
It's too late. I'm writing it in the book.
Yep. Just thought I'd check these things, you know.
Oh my god, maybe that can be our time travelling episode. Oh, we sort of have had a time travelling episode.
Time loop and time travel are two very different.
Yeah, like imagine if I just randomly got you to do chapter 1 all over again, but under the proviso that obviously you can't be seen because it would change the timeline.
Don't make me go through Gaither for the first time again, please.
Maybe you could rethink your decisions.
I wouldn't.
Or Gaither will know.
It was the right choice at the right time. Possibly the wrong choice at the right time, but I still abide by it.
It Just another question about this wonderful orrery and stuff. Because we're Thursday children, do we see anything different upon it with our different viewable?
Oh, see, now that is a question that is beyond excellent.
Woo!
That is like the most amazing question. However,
Good night, everyone. Bye.
whether you know it or
We
not,
won Vaesen.
and the likelihood is that you don't know it, but you wouldn't know
Other people can't see it.
because
How do I know what I'm seeing is more than what people are seeing?
especially when the only people in the room are Thursday's children.
I mean, would we know though?
No, you wouldn't. But that is the
What's that?
case.
That makes me wouldn't.
Does that mean Madeline, or is it Madeline? Did you say it was?
Yeah.
Professor?
Madeline, yeah.
Madeline.
Who knows?
Oh,
I mean,
interesting.
oh god, like if we react to something that is just Thursday's children, like, would we even notice if the other are reacting? I mean, I'm assuming the mentalist would. But now you're making me think back about everything we've done so far. Thank you, really.
My pleasure. I like to cause these problems.
Apparently.
Asking the DM and stuff what year it is and stuff like that. I've done that a few times.
God.
What the date is. It's always good fun. Like to throw it in occasionally.
What the date is in D&D,
Yeah.
right? So, like, not only is that an entirely different date system, but they have 10 days in a week. So it was wildly complicated.
Oh.
He didn't answer me. He refused to.
Oh, it's like week in Italian is a word that is actually based on 7. So I'm like, how would that go?
Yeah. Just to throw it out there.
It's called a 10-day.
That is not.
And there's like 3 10 days to a month.
Fair. I mean, fair.
It works.
Yeah. Is there anything we can see like here that is like a desk that is more used than others or something?
No, and actually all the desks are completely empty. Totally clear.
I mean, fair. Like, it's only news when it's in news, I guess.
From here, the only way is down.
Yeah.
And the likelihood would be that you would just go all the way down the spiral staircase to the first floor.
Only because you don't do parkour. Look at that roof-ish that we can see from the window.
I mean, you can slide down, but it's a high
Just,
drop.
just sit on the banister.
Yeah.
Just go all the way down.
Go.
So, yes, you can take the spiral staircase all the way to the first floor. If you want to.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Lovely. And then... So, interestingly, the first floor... James, you know this. There is a very there's a peculiarity in the building, and that is the kitchens are in the basement, but you can only get to them from the first floor. There are 2 spiral staircases on the first floor that will take you down to the kitchens in the basement. Those are, if you go out of either of the doors on the first floor, you can go out of either of these doors and just follow the carpet south. It will take you to a cleaning and store cupboard, and the spiral staircase to the kitchen is in there.
Then we will take the left door.
Just a quick question. We're going the European way of having a ground floor and a first floor, not the American first, second, straight up, right?
So this would be ground floor.
Okay.
No, you're on the first floor. There is a ground floor beneath you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
That see?
Yeah.
That was going to be confusing.
Mm-hmm. And south we go.
Just warning you, Elstrid, your character too can befall a terrible and tragic end.
I'm trying to understand. I'm for.
You were like, are we going to use the European way or the American? The European one, of course.
You never know.
It's shocking. Storeroom. The
Utility
storeroom like in here, you find everything from the bars of soap from the bathroom, the cleaning products, a mop, broom, bucket, all the kind of things, fresh bedding, new towels, like all the sort of things that the staff would need in order to keep the whole kind of living spaces of the university like as they are. So it is a little bit like a hotel. There's a whole team of staff that do all the cleaning, they change all the beds, like all of that. And that the spiral staircase will lead down into the basement.
Which I will tell. That we're going from the first floor, skipping the ground floor, and go straight to the basement.
Did ask for an entire tour as I look round there.
And you're just like, all of a sudden you're like, oh. Well, I guess I did ask for the whole tour. Like, I imagine you've picked your dress up a little bit so it doesn't drag through the cleaning cupboard.
I am.
Such a snob.
Do you know how big how many in the staff? How many people? Just to kind of understand, like, how big. I don't know how to trying to say, but like, how many people are usually around at the university, even with such low numbers?
Including the students?
I mean,
Or
yeah,
only staff members?
staff members mainly.
So, staff-wise,
Yeah.
there is a head cook. Then there is like a kit. At the moment, there is a head cook, and she has like another cook working in there with her because it's so quiet. When all of the students are here, there's normally 4 or 5 people in the kitchen.
Okay.
They're the staff who look after they do all like the cleaning, housekeeping, all of those sort of things. There are 10. But they do not live in the university. They live in the town, and they come early in the morning, do all of the jobs, and then they leave. Then there are a few porters, and they do live in the university. There is the personal assistant to the dean who lives in the university. And then there are 3 other porters who live there. And their job is they move equipment, carry heavy objects, help set up classrooms, all of those sort of things. And then on top of all of that, there is the staff, as in the teaching staff. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 professors and the dean. And then there's also the polder engineers are here as well. This is where they've set up their base of operations to kind of This is the headquarters that's managing the huge construction.
Okay.
So it's quite busy. The university normally has lots of students in it too, but at the moment there aren't that many. You arrive in the kitchen. It is a large, open, underground space. And as you can imagine, it is geared up to feed an army. There are 3 huge ovens, 3 stoves, a massive amount of preparation. And then there are 2 people in here. There is a very shrewd and quite stern-looking woman, and a younger man who looks frazzled is the word that we're going for. They both look in your direction when you descend down the stairs. And Professor Jackdaw begins to basically be like, "This is the kitchen."
Yeah.
They don't say anything, but they both kind of look at you curiously, particularly at Lily, who's garnering a lot of attention, mostly because, I mean, you're obviously not a student, you're obviously not teaching staff, like, and you're fabulous now down in the kitchen.
I'm still holding my dress.
Okay. I'll keep Scaddy as close to the stairs as possible. You know, dogs in kitchens possibly not the best combo.
I mean, they're okay with my bird, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks a well-run kitchen.
It is a well-run kitchen, Miss and Mr. Blah.
It is, oh god, panic time. It is, oh gosh, here we go. Freik Otter
That's the guy.
is the guy.
Freak Otter?
Yeah, Freek, Freak.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Freek. I'm so sorry. You will very quickly learn to discover that the Dutch don't understand how vowels work. It's like 2 E's, they make an A sound. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Sure.
And
Is
the I now will have the entire Netherlands gunning for me right now. I'm gonna have to go into hiding. I'm waiting for chat to just explode with angry nether regions people. And then the head cook, the kind of head cook, head housekeeper, her name is Nelka. Nelka Nadem.
No, good night.
Nelka is going to do a curtsy in your direction when James introduces her. And Lily, you approve? This lady clearly knows what she's doing. And if LinkedIn existed, you'd be looking her up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, fair. I will compliment her back on the cleanliness of her kitchen and how well organised and run it is, because that's how you compliment the household staff.
She smiles. She smiles at the compliment, and she says, "Thank you, Mevrouw. That's much appreciated. We run a tight ship at this university. Many rooms and many mouths to feed, and we try our utmost to keep it in tip-top shape at all times."
And you always succeed, Nelke.
I look forward to tasting your delicacies in a not too distant future.
Yes, not too distant future, and not to be rude, but
Right.
we do have a time. We do have a time frame that we need to hit. So, if you don't mind, we will return to our tasks and duties. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And then she looks over at the kitchen man, who then returns furiously to chopping fish.
Okay.
It's fine, and again, I will follow James in whatever direction.
I mean, I'm curious what's north, so...
Yeah, so to the north is there's a long corridor. On the left, there is a big stone archway. Down here, it's just stone archways, not doors. It's a big stone archway, and that is the storeroom and the wine cellar. You know for a fact that I have made a little friend. I have a moth on my hand. You know for a fact that Nelka knows every single thing in this room, where it is, how many of it, and she will know if you touch something.
Mm-hmm.
And she will be cross.
And I shall and will relay this information back to Lily and Elspeth.
I really think I'd take anything.
I'm not easy to get afraid, but Nelke, ooh, you better don't touch her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming we are going that direction. Okay.
Normally
Good.
the case with the head of the house staff.
And then, so you've got the wine cellar. Sorry, viewers. You have the wine cellar. There's beers. There's beer barrels. There's crates. There's bottles. There's it's all stacked up down here. And then there's another archway that leads into the pantry, the huge storeroom and pantry room. And that's a dead end. So and it's been built in such a way that it's cool. Down here, you do notice that it's noticeably cooler down here. The other end of the corridor...
Oh, yep.
The other end of the corridor takes you to the university vaults, of which there are 2. The university houses a great many archaeological, historical, and artistic treasures that are either gifts from patrons, alumni, discoveries, creations that were made here, and they are kept in these 2 vaults.
Which I'm not allowed to open up without the permission of the Dean.
The Dean,
and the presence of the Dean.
That
So
is
we shall.
understandable.
So we shall make our way back upstairs.
Is this the only way to get to the vault?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a very suspicious
Are
question.
you planning on heading from the basement up to the first floor and then back down onto the ground floor?
Yeah.
Cool, because
Yeah.
that means that I'll just do a shortcut and I'll just bungle you all onto the ground floor.
Yes, please.
All right. You go up the spiral staircase in the kitchen, across the first floor, and then you go down the sweeping stairway to the grand entrance hall of the university. And as you come down the stairs and into the grand reception hall, you, Lily and Elstrid, you see a familiar face with where Quentin Ludensberg closes the front door to the university behind him. I don't know if Lily will have met Quentin.
Don't know. Not unless we've met.
I think Lily came in chapter 3.
Do you? I mean, you might have met if your paths have crossed in Garden.
That's what I'm wondering.
I feel Quentin, especially after his traumatic experience, has taken jobs far away for a little bit to clear his head and get his head right after.
I'll probably
so this may be.
Yes.
As people have talked.
And obviously on the way over here, I have met Quentin. I work with him, so I totally told you everything that we.
The dirt, the whole job lot. Yeah, that's
all the dirt.
All the dirt.
What?
I mean, it was us that found the occult library first, so we had a connection.
Exactly.
And
Quentin may be there, but in spirit, because Roll20 hates me.
Scotty comes close to you because obviously she knows you, and she usually knows you as, oh, this guy usually has treats.
Yeah, and almost immediately he bends down, sneaks like a little bit of like dried meat out of his pocket. Hello, girl. It's good to see you. And just goes in for... Gingerly goes in for scritches because... Scotty is...
He's well trained.
Yeah.
Quentin,
Yes.
it's a pleasure to see you again.
It is wonderful to see you again. And, two friends, I see.
Yeah, and I turn around and I introduce both Lily and hopefully not too evidently, I introduce her first. And then I introduce Professor James Jetto.
I will give a nod to them both. Charmed to meet you both.
Professor Jetto has been so kind in giving us a tour of the university.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you can let me know the highlights.
Sure.
Anyway.
And I shall tell you quickly where everything is.
No, say I love the white in your hair. It's a bold look, but it's good.
Thank
to
you.
see
It's not by
someone else.
choice, though.
It really is. And you see he like surreptitiously just like brushes his hair where he has like a thinner streak, but the same sort of thing. Well, I do believe it's almost dinner time. I hope. It's been a long journey.
I look at my watch and go, yes, I think we are about there.
Do we need to call for a porter to bring your luggage to your room? Maybe?
He
Already
looks down
on
at a
it.
very small bag, like I can carry it myself. But
James will be like, boy, get over here.
Boy. 1
And I
minute,
turn to
please.
Quentin, you don't want to be late for dinner. Nelga will possibly not be happy about that.
just gives you that look.
One of the porters runs in and kind of grabs your anything you give him, and he will take it to your room.
I will hand over the sort of like more suitcase, a little briefcase, and then I'll reach into my pocket and slip a couple of hard candies into his hand as well.
I look and go, is that all you bought?
I've been moving around a lot. It's better to be light. You never know when you're going to have to leave quickly.
There is light and there is light.
I mean, I turned to Quentin. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, kind of the same amount for me, so understandable.
I don't know how you lot do it.
Hmm.
Need at least 6. And that's just for the night.
My parents would tend to agree with you, but I never
Sensible
quite
folk.
saw the same way as them.
Very strange.
Indeed. But you do look lovely, so I will get myself presentable. And he just sort of eats off like some stuff, a few crumbs. Well,
I look at Elstrad and go, another one I need to teach, I fear.
The boots are comfortable, whatever somebody else has said.
How will I ever do it?
people have tried for over 20 years, but from the vibe I get from you, maybe you'll be more successful.
One can but try.
I do really like this suit. Maybe just 5 of this.
Oh my god. Do you all head up to the dining room?
I mean,
Yeah.
I know I'm
Oh,
peckish, so
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. One moment, please, and I will move you all along. And then I just need to do a quick check to make sure that you're not duplicated anywhere.
And we walk towards the dining hall. Like, I try to gesture to Lily to kinda distract as much as she can James, so that I
This is
can.
good, because I wanted to talk to you as well.
Yeah.
I let you know that I have understood.
Cool.
Is he one of us, or just helping?
Don't know yet. And
Not
I.
pro choice line is there's something about
And because I try to quickly, we've been seeing like sort of a area of like fear from him towards the workers. Like, they respect him, but there is something. But mainly what I wanted to talk to you is that when you get to your room, check under your bed.
To be fair, I usually push the bed as far to the wall to make space as possible, but noted, thank you. Curious.
As
I
this
engage.
conversation happens, you will kind of start taking your seats at the table. There were a few students in here as well. And then the door opens and a pair of well-dressed, probably in their early 30s, walk in and go and sit at the very far end. They talk quietly together as they walk in, and when they sit down, they carry on talking quietly together. There is an uncanny resemblance between the two of them. James, you would know this to be Anton and Jacqueline Lenfrink. It is the botany and the maths professor, and they are twins. non-identical ones.
Oh, really?
What a surprise.
I'm just clarifying, because you can get identical twins that are not the same gender.
Yeah, you can.
Only if
What is the last name again?
Lenferink.
it's highly unusual.
You said that they are in math and what?
Math and botany professors. And they sit and talk quietly at the other end. And then, with precision becoming of Nelka, the clock in the clock tower begins to chime, and serving staff come into the dining room and begin to serve. It is a silver service affair. They walk along and they ask you what of the two options do you want, and then they ask you what vegetables and all of those sort of things. It's all silver service. It is served beautifully. Fresh bread comes out, all of the condiments, accoutrements, all of the... When they finish serving everyone, they then leave everything on the table in little trays so you can get a little bit of extra. And like the whole meal is served. And then the serving staff kind of quietly disappear from the dining room. The students just dig in, like they just don't, like they don't even care. They just dive right in.
Which spurs a reaction out of James going, pipe down.
Yes. And then they're a little quieter as they kind of continue their meal.
You hear her. Sorry. That's when it's just been shoveling.
Quentin, as you are, you say sorry, and then you carry on eating. You pick up your glass of
wine.
Glass
We're
of
in
wine.
Good company.
You pick up your glass of wine, and you go to take a sip from the glass of wine, and then you get that feeling again. It started happening after that case. And even after your full recovery, it still happens. At least now, it doesn't terrify you like it did, but it is still deeply unnerving. It is a numbness in your hands and in your feet, like as if they were in really cold water. And it spreads very quickly, creating a sensation that you are falling. You take some deep breaths just to steady yourself. And as you exhale one of those deep breaths, images flash before your eyes. They never seem fully coherent, as if you see something happening, but everything's slightly out of order. You see the inside of a study room. There is a desk and a chair, and someone slumped over it. Grey, ashen, pale, dead. Then you see the same room with the same person alive, working. They are clearly musing over whatever they're writing, thinking, talking out loud, but you can't really hear them. You hear the door behind them open and someone come into the room. Then you see the door broken open as someone forces it, and the shocked gasps and sounds that come from that person as they discover the body, grey, lifeless, slumped on the desk. Then you see a quick succession of figures, porters, staff, policemen, an investigator, a physician. And then the door shuts, and the man is diligently working behind the desk again. He turns as if someone has come into the room, and suddenly there is a look of horror that spreads across his face. And you watch him, like snippets, sort of sped up, some of it slowed down, all of it traumatizing as you watch him just drown on nothing. You see the door to the study room close. And you see the hand that closes the door. It isn't the hand that sticks in your mind. It is the strangeness of that hand. It seems ghostly, translucent, not entirely real. And then you blink, and you see everyone looking at you in a concerned way.
Are you okay?
Yes, just long day. Just zoned out a little, sorry. What
Don't
were we
mind me, but
discussing?
that looked like a bit more than zoning out, to be honest.
You know, us investigators just always running through a case in our minds. Great wine, though. Takes a sip.
And as Quentin breaks the ice a little bit by saying great wine, it is there that we're going to take our break for the evening. We are 3 minutes later than we usually are, but we are going to go for our break. Is it okay if we come back on the hour, everyone, or would you like just a little bit longer?
No?
Hour's
Fine
fine.
with me.
All right, in that case then, we're going to go for our short rest. We're going to roll some hit die. We're going to drink some consumables, all those sorts of things. And we will be back on the hour. We will see you then. We will wave dark.
Doodles.
And we are back from our break. We have had a short rest. We have consumed some of our consumable things, rolled our hit dice, all of those sort of things, and we're ready to rumble. I am going to do a little shout out, though, as we head back to our players. Da, 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 da. And the shout out goes to the Sandra t-shirt. Go on, Joe. You've got... Yay! Look at this. Is this the first time our merch has been on our stream?
That or Max wore it once.
Anyway,
Also-
there you go, everyone. That is some actual Society livestream merch right there. Look at that. If you want to get some of your own merch, then you need to head on over to our merch store. I don't know if we have a merch command. Do we have a merch command? Let's have a look. Do we have? We do! We do! We do!
Asking the wrong person.
Beat you to it.
We've
Mikey,
all gone
Emily.
for it. Everyone went for it all at once. All the mods, everyone. Thank you, everybody. There's the link to the merch store. If you would like to be the proud owner of a Sandra t-shirt, just like our fabulous James Jackdaw, then head on over to the link where you can get your own, among other fabulous Society merch. If you're catching up on the
Modeling
YouTube,
so well.
the link is down below. And let's get back on with the story, shall we? Shabam. Okay.
Quentin did change for dinner.
Food is lovely. It is very good quality food, cooked to perfection and served excellently. It's delicious. The serving staff return once you have all eaten your main and begin clearing all of the plates away before bringing out dessert. And dessert is actually a selection of little desserts. So they bring them out on trays, stacked porcelain plates, and they place them on the tables, and they are covered in an assortment of little desserts, handing out little dessert plates and dessert forks for everybody, and offering tea or coffee. Everyone gathers the drink of their choice, begins to help themselves to their desserts. When everybody's mind sort of turns towards the case, now that you are all together, you are reminded of the reason that you are here. You have a murder to solve.
Have the whispering twins continued whispering? And
Yeah.
are we close enough that we could... No.
No.
Damn. Is there anything behind them that you could feasibly be getting up to get to? Or are they in that awkward spot where you would clearly be eavesdropping, like you're just walking past them with pretty much as obvious as a fake newspaper?
Yep. That. The second option. There's nothing over there.
Just throws my fork across the room. Oh
I mean-
dear.
I guess we could go introduce ourselves. After all, we are the Dean's guests.
And we're with a professor, I guess. Looks
I
very
mean, I can
pointed.
certainly introduce you.
Mr. Jackdaw. Professor Jackdaw. Mr.
Professor
Professor
Shasha.
Jackdaw.
Professor Shah.
Fresh.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, you have to say it right.
Mhm.
Too long in England. Yes.
All right, let me introduce you. You will follow me, please.
Of course.
Oh.
act as if I am following. Cannot get this black screen to end.
You don't. It's never ending.
I did die.
You have been put in the naughty corner.
You're still in the coma.
This is all your dream.
Yeah, we're in
Ooh.
a dream.
We're
We
gonna have
are
some sort of, was it Dynasty? We're gonna have a Dynasty moment where one of you is gonna wake up and it was a dream all along.
I mean, we went from sci-fi to soap opera in less than 1 episode.
I mean,
Let's try. Chrome let me down. Let's Edge, as in Microsoft Edge. Preface with
Firefox all the way.
Yep.
I mean, I use Firefox for Roll20 as well, and it works like a charm. Chrome hates on me as well.
I use Firefox for Roll22.
well,
I
bully for
moved-
me.
I moved to Firefox because Chrome decided to die on me not too long ago. Not that I'm upset by Chrome, but
I mean, I'm currently using Chrome and I'm not having any problems, but
Oh, alright, show off.
I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I could try to fix it. It's just the effort that is lacking.
I can fix them. I can fix them. Well. Theatre of the Mind, Quentin followed you.
Mr. Ludensberg, finally you join us.
I did it.
I feel like a random person is piloting me sometimes.
Yeah.
That is the coma. And I shall go forward to introduce them to Anton and Jacqueline.
The two twins fall silent as you approach, and they watch your approach, James, along with everyone else. And then when you... Do you do the introductions in both directions?
Yeah.
Lovely. Jacqueline says, and you're guests of the Dean?
Yes.
Well, how are you finding your stay so far? You haven't been here long, have you?
I flip out a pocket watch. Hour and a half, maybe. It's 2 rooms I've been in are lovely.
We arrived like a few hours ago, and it has been an interesting visit. I've never been in such a beautiful building.
Anton says, and what brings you here? It's a strange place to visit if you're not studying.
I've met the
teaching.
Dean many, many times, and when I was passing through, or I've got another friend in that I was looking at visiting, and the Dean had always offered to have me stay, and Elstrid's never seen anything like it, so I thought I'd do a little bit of education, as they say.
Yeah, I haven't had the pleasure to be to a university before. It was just something I couldn't miss seeing.
So I took the Dean up on his offer.
I'm here to use the library. I've heard it's quite wonderful, and wanted to read up on a case that I'd heard about recently and learn what I can from a reputable source.
Anton leans forward when you say the word case, and he says, are you the Quentin Ludensberg, the detective?
I do wonder why everyone always says the Quentin Ludensberg. I prefer just Quentin, but I guess you could say that I am. That is I.
You must be here investigating the... And Jacqueline nudges him. And he kind of just trails off very quickly. And she then turns and smiles at you and says, "You must be helping out the authorities."
I always endeavour to help them out where I can.
Well, best of luck. It would be a relief to know the perpetrator has been caught.
Yes, and I do intend to catch whoever it is on this case that I am looking into in the library here.
Antone says, "You don't think that all the other disappearances are related, do you?"
I'm going to sit down and go,
Spoilers, sweetheart.
what?
Record scratch.
What? Yeah.
That was to the
What
brother,
other?
right?
What other disappearances? I'm very intrigued.
Well, there have been disappearances from the town for weeks now. And not just from the town either, but from the construction site as well.
Really?
Yes, it's all a to-do in the town. It's all anyone talks about.
Where are they going?
Well,
Is
no
it-
one knows. This is why it's such a mystery.
I mean, the story goes that they just leave because of everything that's happening around here with the polder.
Why would the construction workers go? They're employed.
Must be good work.
Stress is the biggest guess.
Too real.
That is very odd. Odd? Odd.
Yes, odd.
Wow.
Very odd.
Very, very odd.
Very odd.
I have heard in the town there is so much talk of the old legends. It's starting to
bring
spark a mystery. Well,
And what?
and Jacqueline nudges him again, rolls her eyes, and she's like, "Antone, enough with the fairy stories."
Oh, please do let him go on. I do love folk history. It's so fascinating.
Quite.
He turns, looks at her, sticks out his tongue at her, and she just crosses her arms like in a crump.
Siblings.
We need
Siblings.
to get him on his own.
And then he continues and he says, "Well, listen up, because it is a good spooky ghost story. You see, legend has it that there is a ghost, a spook, a geist, a gast, out there in the Zuiderzee. And he is called the Barnerman."
Bannerman?
The Barnerman. Yes. Sailors used to see him out on his boat. He would always hold a light, and they always knew to turn back, for disaster awaited them out at sea. But now they're building an island in the middle of his sea, and he's not happy with that. And it's him. He comes into the town during the spook hour, haunts the streets and snatches anyone that he can find. And Jacqueline says, "Oh, really, Antone?"
What bad fate would befall these sailors? Death or just disappearance.
In the old days, the barman used to keep the sailors safe, warning them of their doom. A coming storm, a treacherous sea, those sorts of things. But now, building that island is an attack on his sea.
Quite a wonderful legend, that story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
You are very welcome.
If you ever want to drink and to share more stories like that of your area, I would be very interested.
Well, I mean, I don't have any more classes this evening. Maybe we can head to one of the common rooms. Or even to my office if you wanted something a little quieter away from the student body.
I will check my schedule, but that could be quite lovely. Just pulls out a little diary. Yes, I think I can fit you in.
That would be... Well, I look forward to it. Would you like to go straight after dessert?
Let me freshen up as well, and I'm sure my friends would like to catch up quickly.
Jacqueline says, "Good job I did all my marking already then, hey?"
Oh, how wonderful. You're going to join us as well. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
No, I think I will spend some time looking at my thesis in the library. I'm not one for fairy stories and fanciful legends.
Practical one.
What is your thesis on? If you can share.
I think I may have solved a certain equation.
I knew she was going to be the math one.
Oh. Have we finally worked out what X is? I always wondered.
Sure.
And then he pauses and winks at her.
Now she's even more awkward. Now she can't tell whether you're hitting on her or whether you're stupid. Or both. So she just kind of goes...
Gotta have some mystery in new acquaintances.
New mass chat line.
It was very odd.
Well, try not... Oh, God. Try not to let my brother fill your head with all of these stories. They're not going to be very helpful in solving the case.
No. If you have anything that you think would be helpful, then please let us know.
Well, I personally would start at the scene of the crime.
He's going to fake take note of that. Yeah, wonderful suggestion.
And I will look at the group and be like, that's the only thing I didn't show you.
Well, I'm assuming if it's a crime scene, police.
But I can
will-
show you the area, not the actual crime scene.
No, I'm sure we can find a reasonable person.
Well, I
to
mean,
let us in.
if you are the Detective Ludensberg, I'm sure the authorities will let you onto the scene.
That
Always
is a
the-
very good point.
It's always the question. If I'm the... Not how is the Quentin Lud... it's not important. Another time. I have business cards if that will help. That's yes. I believe dessert is ready. I just wander back to the table.
It was lovely to have your acquaintances. That's not the sentence, but you get what I mean.
Yes. Enjoy your visit. Enjoy your stay. Good luck with the case, Professor Jackdaw.
Professors. Lemfering.
Nice to have met you both.
One of my favourite things about being a DM is when you finish when you finish a little encounter and you look at everyone's faces and everyone's like, are they sus? That they feel sus. Was this sus? I think this was. Do I say I think it's sus? No, I'm not going to say anything. Does everyone else think it's sus? I won't say anything. Maybe I'll say, like, that felt sus.
Yeah.
No, that... And then... No, that would be too obvious. I just love watching everyone's face as they mull over. Was there a clue?
Now we walk back to the table. Do the students that are in the table in between us and the professor kind of look like they were listening in on us?
A little bit, yes. At the beginning. And then not so much. And then when it got into a little bit of like the investigation of the murder, there was a little bit of listening, yes.
Where?
Well, shall we finish our dessert and head to the crime scene?
Let's wait for Mr. Luensberg to arrive for his dessert.
Oh yeah, he's like slightly like head in hands that just like
walking away shame.
Yeah, that just happened.
Not in front of the new people. Keep your shit together, Quentin.
All right, dessert.
Yes.
All right. You enjoy your desserts. And then the waiting staff come back in and begin to clear the plates. At which point, James stands up, ready to kind of take you on the rest of the tour. You head back down to the ground floor, which is where we are going to meet you again. Okay. Quick orientation down here on the ground floor.
Yep.
To the east, through this archway, is a corridor that has the office of the dean and the office of the twins. It also has the medicine lecture theatre. If you turn right, you get to some of the... There are 2 other lecture theatres. If you turn left, you get to the library. To the other side, so we're now talking to the west, you will find in the northwest 2 lecture theatres. Then the office of the astronomy professor and the office where the engineers are, like the office where the engineers have set up camp to run the polder construction. And then there are study rooms, and it's one of these study rooms where the murder happened, where the victim was found. And then there is the botany classroom and another medical classroom.
So the botany classroom is very close to.
There is a little bit more of the basement as well. There is the chemistry lab in the basement, and that is accessible through the medical lecture theatre. And there you go. That's probably too much information and you have forgotten all of it. But you want to go this way.
Wouldn't we first go to the dean to introduce Quentin?
Maybe.
Me and shop for dinner.
At least change my shirt as well. Splash a little water.
It's up to you guys where you want to go.
Quick
I mean-
zhuzhing up of myself.
Yeah, first show
Bit more.
Quentin's room, then go to the dean,
And I will
and then do the scene.
Yeah.
surreptitiously check my bed when the door closes,
Yeah.
as Elstrad suggested.
That's not ominous at all.
That's where you want it. That's the dean's room.
I thought it was the bottom one.
You do find what Elstrad described under your bed.
Pull out like a pocket handkerchief and like remove it from the bed. Just file it away in a drawer for now.
Okay.
I see. Well, that's a later problem. And he'll just, you'll see him quickly run down the hall, like splashes water in his face, runs back into his room, and then comes out in a very similar but slightly less stained shirt.
I'll wave Mr. Ludensberg over that we're standing in front of the dean.
We'll walk over.
Mighty
And I will-
GM, he will walk over.
Oh, sorry, I
have
didn't realise I
zero
was now
visuals.
permanently your token slave.
Well, the thing is, I can click and I can see everything but tokens and map. So when you measured a second ago, I could see that. But everything else is...
Wait, you cannot see?
Yeah, I haven't been able to see the map all session. That's what I was saying earlier. Hello.
Maybe
There it is.
refresh.
It's back. It heard me. Thank you. The gods of Roll20 heard me. They heard my prayers. I can see.
Yay!
Or you're going to have to do that weird thing where you've got Twitch open and then you've just got to wait for the delay.
Yeah.
I've been
It's some-
literally watching the map on my phone.
Brilliant.
Alright, I will knock on the door. Dean's office.
Okay. You hear voices from beyond.
Wait.
In what way?
Exactly.
I hear dead people.
Voices from beyond! You hear voices from inside the blasted office.
Okay. From beyond the door.
From
If
the
you see
other
the
side
door-
of the door. From beyond! I forget we're playing Vaesen. And you hear voices from within the office. They sound heated.
I was thinking that it was very weird that the dean had not come to dinner.
Yes, it's...
Why do I get the feeling that Quentin is brushing me aside to put an ear against the door?
Because he is.
Because he is. That is what is happening.
Just the like cracking of the knuckles.
Well,
Like,
can we understand what language they're speaking? Because obviously, it could be a few.
Yes.
It
So
could be Dutch.
it is Dutch. The conversation on the inside of the office is Dutch. So if you speak Dutch, then you'll know. If you don't,
Don't know
Believe-
if people that have learned
but
Dutch.
bon chance.
I feel Quentin has a basic level on like most European languages, but it's like basic. Because you can't really go around solving crimes if you can't speak the language of the company. What's the old version of like Rosetta Stone? On the journey here, he was just had like a dictionary
Phrase book.
open. Yeah, a phrase book.
Praise book. I
Where
mean, you
is
are
the
very well
bathroom?
educated, so.
Did you do murder?
All right. I need roll. I'm gonna need a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a. One moment, please.
If it could be investigation.
Investigation.
Hmm.
Sounds more like
Probably
observation.
observation.
It possibly is going to be.
Actually, also constant vigilance was something to do with that as well, I think.
Oh, vigilance, possibly, yeah.
But yeah, definitely
I
investigation.
think it's vigilance.
I mean, I can help him because I understand Dutch.
Oh, are
And
you gonna
translate
listen in on the door
Yeah,
as
of
well?
course. Because Quentin
does
is
that
standing
mean?
there like, now I'm curious as well.
Okay.
Over.
In that case, then, it is a vigilance roll. You do have a hinder, so it is a -1. But Professor Jackdaw is helping you, so that you get a +1. So it is just your standard vigilance roll.
Come on. Dice number 3, I need you from earlier.
Chat
There you
neutralize.
go. That is my help.
Success!
Success! This is such a hard
Praise
feeling.
to Sandra.
Okay, you hear
Mm-hmm.
from the room beyond the sound of an older gentleman arguing with a really deep. Whoever the dean is arguing with, you're assuming the dean is the old guy. Whoever he is arguing with has a very deep voice, and they are arguing about using the facilities at the university. The dean is saying that they can't have any more of the facilities. Certainly not any of the bedrooms. And whoever he's arguing with is explaining that the Polder project requires those rooms for staff, like for people on the project to stay in and work here. And the argument is it's a university, not your headquarters. And then the argument is, well, the project has been put here, you need to give us the resources. And that's the argument backwards and forwards. The sound of the deep voice very quickly starts moving towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Step back. Oh, you're muted.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Professional.
But yeah, we take a step back.
Yeah, take a step back, and then as they start to open the door, like a few steps back, start doing that like you're walking towards the door to knock on it.
Uh-huh. The door opens, and on the other side of the door, there is a giant of a man. A giant of a man. He stands taller than the door frame.
Oh.
And he opens the door and goes to walk out as you go to walk in, and he does the really awkward thing of kind of being like, oh, and he kind of like goes to take a step back as you try and go to open the, and there's like that really awkward moment made only more awkward by the fact that this guy is huge.
After you, my good man. And I'll take a step to the side.
He puts a hand on his hat as he ducks underneath the door frame and steps into the hall. And you're all like down here somewhere. You're like teeny peephole with this giant in the hallway. And he kind of takes he goes to take a step towards the hallway. He turns around and he booms back into the office. I'll give you some time to think about it. And then he walks down the corridor.
Did it look like somebody in charge? Like, other than the fact that what we heard.
Yeah,
It was translated, obviously, but...
Yeah, he is wearing a nice... Like, he's wearing a tailored suit.
Mm-hmm.
And by the sounds of the conversation that you have overheard, he is in charge. You assume that this giant of a man is in charge of the Polder project.
Mm.
You see the Dean.
Yeah, I go, Dean Wesselman, I have here for you the, and I look sideways to Quentin, the Quentin Ludensberg. I will make my way in and step aside so everyone can enter.
Come in.
Step forward and then offer a handshake.
Yes, of course. Shakes his hand. You look lovely, dear. And he motions towards Lily.
This thing.
I'm glad you have made it safe.
Yes.
I'm assuming
Good
you
to
will
see you in
begin
the
your
flesh.
investigation straight away.
Of course.
Is there anything you need?
Access to the room.
Done. Here is the key, and he slides the key across the desk. I'm sure you know the etiquette of crime scene.
Of course. I have never once stolen from a crime scene, don't worry.
Inside check.
I shall leave it exactly as I find it.
And
Dean,
anything else?
I'll take it that you want me to show them the scene. The location of the crime scene.
If you could, that would be great. Just show them where it is. However, do you think you'll be able to do that extra lecture this evening? We discussed it some time ago.
That we did, but with the recent events of the passing of my dear friend, I would like to have a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
At least for today.
You put me in a spot, Professor Jackdaw, but seeing as you're not really on my staff... Yes, take the rest of the day off.
Thank you, sir.
He may need more. He seems quite crucial to this case. May need him tomorrow and the day after, however long this case takes. But I do hope he will still continue to see his normal wages.
Well, that's very forward of you, Mr. Ludensberg. But we have students here, and their education is our utmost importance. but I'm sure that Professor Jackdaw will be able to assist you between his other duties.
That I'm certain.
Okay. Yes. As long as whenever he is required we can access him, that would be fine.
I shall give you my schedule of my classes.
Thank you.
And is there anything else that you could need?
If we could have somebody making sure the staff don't go too far, that would be nice. The comings and goings would be useful to know.
Well, we don't keep tabs on everybody here, I'm afraid, but we can certainly make sure nobody does a runner.
It would be so much easier if people did keep tabs on each other, but that is, unfortunately, goes against many basic human rights. Well, yes, I will keep you updated as is necessary.
Well,
and,
yes, and I shan't
you do the
keep
same.
you any longer. You are a very busy man, after all.
And you seem to be as well. A word of advice. I would not recommend taking a hit from that man. I'm not sure it would go very well for you, but don't give in too easily. Bullies are used to getting what they want.
He's not a bully. It is just a difficult situation. The message...
Isn't that the same man that came in before, sir?
Yes, he is the head of the Polder Project, Mr. van der Velden. And I've already had to tell Professor Haller to back off and stop being creepy. As you can imagine.
Just gonna look at James.
James, Professor Haller, Valentine Haller, is the medicine and he's the medicine professor. He is a very eccentric physician. I mean, you have already had a run-in with him with regards to your hair, and been bombarded by 101 theories of his as to why this has happened and what pathology you are expressing. He's even been bold enough to ask if he can take samples and whether you would come, like, basically kind of experiment on you to work out what it is. You know what I mean? He's quite eccentric, a little wild, and you fully understand. You probably fully understand where the Dean is coming from, because Mr. van der Velden is very tall and probably of great interest to the creepy ass professor who does experiments.
I will give a sideways look back to Quentin and I just nod and kind of whisper, I will tell you later about this professor.
Well, yes. Kept you long enough, and I am quite keen to see the scene.
Well, you best be on your way then. Good luck. And I do hope you enjoy your stay, ladies.
You certainly are.
Thank you.
Dean?
Weird vibe from this man. Certainly a fan of the ladies.
Opposite side of the university for the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First, I need to plug in my headset.
What
There
is
we are
this
again.
headset you speak of, James? Newfangled device.
Oh, it's a typical Dutch thing.
Huh?
Don't bother. Just follow this weird white line if you want, if you'd like.
Stream can't see it.
It's like having clairvoyance.
Neither can I, because I couldn't move my character anymore.
It is this door.
The locked door.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a key.
I do indeed have a key.
We do have
Oh.
a key.
Insert the lock. Insert the lock into
Yeah.
the key.
While Quentin inserts the lock to the key, I will tell him about Valentine Heller and about my encounters about my hair
I see. That is.
And Scar.
and scar. Yeah, but mostly my hair because Quentin has also a white strand.
Well, that kind of creepy is okay. For the case, I mean, of course. And I will open the door and slowly, like gently opening it just to make sure that there's nothing like behind it that is gonna interfere with, and very slowly sort of like look in to start with.
The room is immaculate. It consists of a large bookshelf filled with books and a desk that is completely clear. There is a strange ripple of deja vu as you open the door.
Mm-hmm.
This is undoubtedly the room from your... You're not really sure what you call them yet. Your little episode.
And yeah, as you see is that it's like immaculate, you just hear a look. And here it's like, well, if you guys would like to see the wonderful scene of evidence, and he will just sort of like take a step back and like gesture for them to have a look before.
A curious cat that I am will take a step forward.
I will definitely watch our new friend to see what the eyes do. If it's just I know this room, or in what way he knows the room. If that makes any sense.
Give me a vigilance check. You have a help.
Ooh, lovely.
Woo!
Ooh.
Going strong with vigilance.
I know.
You're strong with the force today.
Don't want the session to ever end.
There is no doubt that when James walks into this room, he devours this room, like as if he was trying to take everything in and memorize it.
Which is good, because it's not the tendency of the guilty. Well, maybe they missed something in the destruction of my scene. Let's take a proper look. And I'll have a careful search to see if there is anything left.
It's
Especially
gonna be...
around areas I saw in the vision. Like where the hand touched the door and stuff like that.
It's gonna be an investigation check. You have a hinder, however.
However, are you telling me about what you're gonna do? So that I can look with you, or are you
works
just...
out. Quentin works out loud. He's like, right. Here.
I think also Elstrid will send Skadi in with the search command, let's say.
Okay.
Gives a bonus.
In that case, then, you have a hinder, but you also have assistance, so it will just be a normal investigation roll.
Okay. This is more dice. I can't wait for it to be a different...
Whoa. You're done for today.
Like Batman Arkham Asylum style, where it like pulses out from Quentin.
I just see Quentin going ascending like...
What the fuck is that?
I don't think I've ever seen this amount of...
More knowledge.
13 dice.
I was going to say, 5 successes, I think we've solved the crime. I mean, seriously.
We know everything in this room.
We know everything, who did it, how it was done. I mean...
I didn't think... I didn't...
It be 5 dice to hear. They did a really good job cleaning it up.
Okay.
It's because of the different browser now.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so... With Scuddy in the room sniffing around, with Professor Jackdaw helping, and with your expert detective eyes, you search and scour this room for clues. And you find 2.
Ooh.
The first clue is that you find nothing. Absolutely nothing. This crime scene has been expunged from the ceiling to the floor. Every surface, even underneath. You are even certain the books have been taken out one at a time, checked, and the bookshelves wiped clean as they've put the books back. And that says something immediately. They are... Whoever committed the crime either came back or had an accomplice wipe this crime scene clean. Except for one thing. On top of the bookcase, you find a bundle of iron nails bound together with silver wire.
Familiar.
It's just like the thing you found under your bed.
He will show it to everyone.
Yeah.
And then...
And be looking like, I've never seen that before.
And he will look, at Elstrid, because obviously she told him about them earlier.
And she's gonna step into the room and very slowly move towards James. I'm like, I'm going out on a limb here, but check under your bed.
I shall.
So So spooky. I shall.
Left you a present.
I'm hiding.
And also, how long have you been here? It's James.
Couple of weeks, months already.
Okay.
Lily, give me a vigilance check. And you have a hinder.
Oh,
Rude. Chat. Rude.
Also, while Lily's rolling, never mind.
Lily, you're so drawn in by the conversations about the like sanitized crime scene and the discovery of another hex bundle. You don't hear the footsteps approach from behind you until whoever it is speaks, and you hear a voice say, excuse me, I don't think you're supposed to be in there.
I whip round and go, but we're with the Quentin. Of course we're supposed to be in here. What are you doing here? I don't see you as part of the party.
Do I recognize this voice?
Yes, you do. It is Professor Haller.
So I will nudge Quentin and be like, "That's the professor I was talking about."
Frowns at you. He is a very well-dressed man who smells of surgical spirit. Like, he smells uncomfortably clean.
Ugh.
And he frowns at you and he says, I don't know who the Quentin is, but I don't think you're supposed to be on a crime scene. And to clarify, I'm heading towards my lecture theatre.
Well, off you go then. I'm just going to turn around.
I'm so happy you're on our side because oh my god.
Also, I'll
this
take it
is
that I am one of the
medical.
tallest of our group.
Yeah.
So I'm probably looking over everyone and seeing the professor. And the professor would probably see me as well.
Uh-huh.
So
I mean,
would
he
just,
still doesn't think any of you should be in there, so he frowns at you as well, James.
I've dismissed him. That's it. Done.
Don't worry, Professor. I trained them on crime scene etiquette.
And you are?
The Quentin Ludensberg. And you are? I haven't heard of you.
I'm Professor Haller. I teach medicine here at the university. Take a small step to your left?
Yes.
Young man, your hair.
Yeah.
and I'll just be going like, "Warned you."
Has it always been like this?
As long as I can remember. Takes a lot of work to do this.
Is this white, does it grow like this or do you dye it?
It is a dye. Quite fashionable, I think.
I see. Give me a manipulation check.
And
You have a help though.
As I do this, I also want to get slightly closer to him as if I'm going to like shake his hand, but I want to see if his surgical smell is similar to the one of the cleaning that has been used in this room.
Oh.
So, manipulation.
Is it really bad? That was one of my first thoughts. So like, I can't fit this thought into Lily's
Do you
process.
smell of this room?
Does it smell the same? Because I can't stand surgery.
Oh, balls! It's
Oh.
back.
You see his eyebrow go up, and he clearly does not believe you at all. He's then gonna look up at Professor Jackdaw and frown at at James as well, like, have you warned him? Like, do you know what I mean? That look of like, have you warned him? Anyway,
Yeah, and then do the Seaton sniff.
this room smells bleachy. Like someone came in here and like has used cleaning chemicals in here. He smells a little different, but he smells like surgical spirit. This room smells like it has been properly cleaned. You can't rule it out.
Okay. It's okay. I'll take can't rule it out. Professor, I don't want you to be late for your lecture.
Oh, it's not a lecture. I was musing about a theory when I was worried that you were somewhere you shouldn't be. Well,
Don't worry, we're not.
I can see that the key is in the door, so all I can assume is that you have been granted permission. But I will be checking with the dean.
And I'll be chiming in with, yeah, we have permission from the dean.
Yes, I'm sure. But I will be checking in.
As is your right.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Professor.
Goodbye.
And I will, just do that shared look with our new friend.
That's him.
I understand now.
Yeah.
There
Charming
is a flicker in the lights. It flickers and it dims, almost threatening to plunge this little study room into the dark. And just as quickly as the flickering begins, it stops.
Does it happen just in this room, or as I can see the corridor, happen in the corridor as well?
Like in the room and just outside just outside in the corridor.
But it's not the entire corridor.
It's not the entire corridor.
Also, I shall describe to Quentin how the crime scene looked before the cleaning, because I was in there verifying the corpse.
And how long ago was it that you saw it?
It's like a few days.
Yeah.
Okay, plenty of time. Thank you, Professor Jackdaw, or James, I don't know what you wish us to call you.
James is fine.
Good. And while we're not needing to name drop, Quentin is fine here.
All right, Mr. Quentin.
You remember, Quentin, that, well, kind of, you would all remember that you had made an arrangement to go and see the botanist in his office.
Yep.
And probably it would be around about now. You just don't know where that is.
Oh, wait.
James, do you know where the botanist is? Believe we're late for drinks.
I shall show you the way.
Next to the dean's office.
Yeah, I wrote it.
So did I.
I am a man of
If
my
you'll follow
word.
me,
Yes, we have our own of these, and there's no forensic team, so I'm gonna put the thing back up onto the bookcase because I have my own.
I'm hoping you're
I
touching
know.
with love.
Of course, he's gloved up.
Yeah, sorry. For crime scene etiquette, I should have remembered.
got his hair everywhere, but
Talking to a person that out of game is trained in forensic science. As he said, Lily is lost in thought.
It's fine. It's all good. Waiting for Roll20 to catch me up.
As they walk, he's like, "It is a pleasure to meet you. I have heard about you, and it's good to finally work together."
Was this room open before?
nope. Miss Jensen, if you would stay close to the group, please.
Keep your arms and legs inside the castle.
I swear I was not going in. It just moved on its own.
Does James have like a purple umbrella that he holds up so that we can don't get lost?
No, just a flag saying tour.
Or like the air balloon, like eat.
Oh God!
I will knock on the door and call out for Anton.
There is, you hear some movement in the office beyond, and then you hear the sound of the door unlocking from the inside. And the door opens, and you see a quite cozy little office beyond. And Jacqueline opens the door, and she says, "Oh, I see. Well, I guess that's my cue to leave. Antone, your guests are here for more of your wild stories. Professor Jackdaw,
Yes.
might I borrow you?
Sure, I don't mind.
Unless
Unless they want me present.
If you're needed elsewhere, it's okay.
I shan't
catch
keep
up
him for long.
in
I
the-
just have some questions and some planning to do ahead."
Then I
Yes,
will catch up with you later.
of course.
She
Enjoy your
steps out of the
conversation with
office.
Jacqueline and knowing look between.
She kind of does the thing to motion for you all to come into the office.
Yeah.
And then she steps out and closes the door. Anton turns around, smiles, and then he says, "Would anyone like a drink?"
Of course, that would be lovely. And I I do have something if everyone would like. And I'll like reach into like my satchel and pull out like a bottle of whiskey.
Hmm.
And if anyone would like to join me.
"Oh, if you're offering, I certainly would." And he says, "Great minds think alike." And he pulls one of the books off of the bookshelf, and behind it is a decanter. And he pulls another, and there's a glass. And he takes it down and plonks it on the table. And he says, grab a chair, plonk yourselves down wherever you can find a space. And, well, I mean, I've got so many things to tell you. Where to start is the question, really. And you begin to pour whiskey as Anton thinks about where to start. And it is there
Whoa.
that we are going to leave it for this
Dun,
evening.
dun,
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, it's so good to be back. I missed playing Quentin so much.
Amazing session, everyone. I feel like we're in the investigation.
Yeah.
I can see in each of your faces you already have suspects in mind. You are already trying to piece it together. It's too good.
It'd be too easy to be Jacqueline, but God, I want it to be. Anton, I'll be a little sad.
Oh,
I get real like himbo vibes.
Yeah.
In the best possible way.
Well, thank you so much to my incredible cast. We're going to whip round like we usually do. We're going to start with Charlie because you're at the top of my screen. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I have been playing Lily Holstein-Romanoff, the socialite. Because people can't do without it. You can't find me anywhere. I can be found here, occasionally appearing in my Lily garb. I sometimes sail with Mutinous Mikey and Dapper David as well, which I'm sure one of the lovely mods will attach said people kindly in the chat. But as usual, have thoroughly enjoyed playing Lily, insulting the cast at most opportunities possible. Poor Sarah really gets it. I am sorry, but I know you love it as much as I do.
Yes.
We'll dress up for you one day. You'll get
Absolutely.
Quentin and Elstrid
so
in like
sassy.
full gown and like.
Just has to
Love
be
it.
done. So
I love it.
I apologise from the bottom of my heart. Not really. I love it.
Great.
And I thank you all for setting me up those wonderful opportunities.
Thank you, peasants, for being peasants and making yourselves easy to insult.
Absolutely. So, yeah. That's it.
James Jackdaw, who are you? Who did you... I'm all flustered now. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
Well, I'm Joey. I played James Jackdaw. You can find me in the link in the chat. It's just below me, left, right. I stream, well, nowadays not so much because I'm very occupied with work, but I used to stream on Joey Stitched at Twitch. And what do I want to say? I want to say thank you to the cast for helping me through all this shit. And helping me through all the Lily comments. And I want to thank Luke for this story.
Oh, you're very welcome. Don't thank me yet. Don't thank me until you survive it.
I don't know, I'm starting to thank you now and then it drops off later on.
Oh, it's like the hatred kicks in. I see.
Yeah.
I'm with you. 100%. Elstrid! Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
Well, I am Sarah and I played Elstrid today, and well, I have been playing her for the past few months, every other episode.
Few months? You've been playing for over a year.
I mean, technically, if you count all the appearances, it's only a few months in total. So I'm not wrong. You're not wrong either. But yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at speak.craft, as in spik.craft. Hopefully the spelling went fine. Where you can find me and all the cosplay that I've been worked on in the past. And possibly some sneak peek of the future, but don't count on that because I don't tend to post stuff while it's working, not working. Well, I want to thank, obviously, the cast. You guys are always great to work with, and obviously to the crew, starting with Luke. Amazing job as always, and thank you so much all the people behind the scene. Thank you for that quick fix for my usual Roll20 problems over there. Thank you, Mutinous Mike. And other than that, well, the usual. I'm here. You can find me almost every other Sunday.
Yay! And last, but by no means least, it is the Quentin Ludensberg. Who are you? Who did you play? Where can we find you? What do you want to say?
I am the Matt, and I play the Quentin the Ludensberg. And I would like to... No, it would be really poor taste to not thank everyone after everyone else has been so lovely. But I genuinely would. It's been great to be back since my last chapter 2, and maybe 2 one-shots in between. It has been a long time. It's been great to play again with Sarah, and obviously getting to play with Joey and Charlie for the first time was great. Big shout out to my fellow White Stripe in the hair, which is very cool, and I'm glad someone else has that feature as well. And a huge shout out to Luke for once again an amazing story so far, and already starting to mess with us, which I love.
It's not a good
Really
sign.
love.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Screwing up my scene, man. Oof.
Your
Low
scene,
blow.
but you are the Quentin Ludensberg.
The scene.
The scene. I mean, the is now official. It's even
It is.
on stream.
It's
Yeah,
official.
I'm no longer. But what does it come before or after Mr.? The Mr. Ludensberg or Mr.
No, it's a
The?
replacement.
The.
This is now this is now your salutation. The.
Yeah, just change my pronouns to the.
The.
Ooh.
The.
I go by the and the. I love that.
You can find me here. I am been very inactive on socials for a while and have not streamed in five or so years. So, but I've had a few things bouncing around the old noggin that I would like to do. I talked about before. I have been playing through all the old Pokemon games of grass only. I have many screenshots and short videos, but have not found the energy to put them anywhere. I will say about it if and when. But
Well, we look forward
my brain
to
loves
it.
to come up with ideas and then do something completely different. So
At least
yeah,
for that,
it's
I have
been
dropped
lovely.
that follow.
Well,
you.
I'm over here, the GM, the DM, the storyteller. Hi, I'm Loki, your game master for these dark and thrilling tales. You can catch me here every week where we play the Society live stream, which is our live Vaesen RPG campaign. So please do come and join us on every Sunday, same time, same crazy place. You can catch us on our socials as well. There is a whole load of socials available in our YouTube if you look over in the socials corner, and in our Twitch. They're down in the about the channel section. If you want to see the other side of me as a player, you can catch me over on Grumpy Battersby's channel every Thursday at 7 o'clock UK time, where I play Flink, the criminal mastermind hacker who is currently trying to hack into a script for a Star Trek rerun to change it into a synthy banana eating competition for his chimpanzee friend, who is starring as James T. Kirk.
Holy, I mean,
Just let that sit for a bit. just
works.
let that
That's
sit
a
for a
lot
bit.
that is a lot of
I-
great and insane words.
There.
I love it.
It's happening. If you want to see that nonsense, which is brilliant and too much fun, head on over to Grumpy Batsby's channel every Thursday at 7 o'clock UK time. And that is it. We, all of us, the cast, me, all the backstage people, our incredible mods, all of us together want to say a huge thank you to you, our amazing audience, whether you have joined us live this evening or you are catching up on our VODs or YouTube. We have too much fun playing this silly game, but we stream it to share our fun with you guys and to bring you along on this ridiculous journey with us. So a huge, huge thank you to all of you for coming along, having fun, and joining in at our table. Without you, there wouldn't be a stream. It's as simple as that. Without you, there would not be a stream. We are going to be back at the same time next week, carrying on with the story. So do swing on by, drop us a follow so you get those notifications so that you can join us next week to find out what these stories are going to be from Anton Lenferink. But with that, we're going to say goodbye to the cast. We're going to head on over to the credit roll, and then we're going to find someone to raid. Bye, cast! Credit roll, where are you? Here we are, credit roll. All of the incredible assets and contributors to the stream that make it possible are all going to be scrolling up over here, so keep a little peek over here. If you want to add any of them to your own table or your own games, do go and check them out. Do drop them a follow. Do go and just go and check out all of these amazing artists and contributors and content creators. They're all incredible. I just want to say another thank you on the quick while we now go and try and find someone to raid. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, and it's their 2-year anniversary. Oh my goodness, this is too cute. Okay, I'm very excited. Okay, here we go. Right, I'm going to do /raid Threes a Crowd Games. All right. I have hit the button and it is, here it is. It is locked in. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us this evening for the stream, and we hope to see you next week. We're going to raid out now to Threes a Crowd Gaming, who are celebrating their 2-year anniversary. Let's go and show them some love, and hopefully we will see you next week.